Average level 9 already? Wait, no. Oh, I skipped ahead. Chapter 10, Traveling East. Average level 9 already. Nate-chan, how? How? Toto stuffed his face with food. He's a little brother, so I want to give him a really high voice, but he's like high school age. So he's not young. How? How? Toto stuffed his face with food. Because Mom insisted, I sent him a text. If you don't get off in 5 seconds and come eat, and left what I would do to him purposefully ambiguous. I suppose that was enough to threaten him, because several minutes later I heard bang, crash, thud, 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 as the chippy hurriedly came down the stairs, careening into the wall. He's having problems walking in a straight line. Played too long, has he? He hasn't logged off, just gone AFK. What an enduring gamer. Nah. By the way, in this game, like in most VR games recently, going AFK means your avatar isn't removed from the VR world, and the sensations are dialed back considerably until you remove the AFK status. It also puts an invincible status on your avatar for a maximum of 30 minutes, so you won't receive PK or monster damage. The amount of aggro you draw is also set to minimum. As with everything, there are people who will try to exploit that. It's not very easy to do, since the sensation from the player to the avatar is so faint that even moments in telling what is going on is very difficult. Still, certain cheat heroes were able to manage it, although even then I've heard many of those guys prefer not to fight while AFK. They mostly just like doing so they can prove they can do it. Nah. Even using an AFK player as a meat shield is pretty impossible. They can't be moved, and since their aggro draw is so low, monsters will change targets much too quickly for them to be of any use. On the other side, PKs have gotten skilled in figuring out how to ambush an AFK player coming back. They choose to strike in the instant of disorientation, or several instants, just depending on the person, that occur when someone leaves AFK. In this game, apparently using any skill will automatically take you out of AFK. There's also a skill icon that pops up in your view called AFK Repulse. It knocks back everything around you 40 meters away. I assume it's just a matter of time before PKs learn to cope with that, but it should reduce casual PK. Well, I haven't gone AFK yet in this game yet, so I don't really know how well it will all works. But if Toru is willing to come down by only going AFK, it shouldn't be too bad. Don't talk with your mouth full, that's bad manners. Mom chided the chibi. Chided, right? I don't know. Just because there's a new game doesn't mean we can neglect to eat as a family all the time. So I think, but Dad's still working overtime, even though this is supposed to be a day off for him. Being a project manager seems like a lot of work. Nah. Toru swallows before he continues. Nei-chan, you have to be in the rankings then. If you're almost average level 10, there aren't many people past average level 5 right now, and basically nobody else past average 8, since the leveling is weirdly slow in this game. It's true, it really is. In other games, you can get to level 10 in an hour or two. I've been playing for nearly a full day, real world, but I'm still at average level 9. I'm always in the rankings for, the first few days, and then I drop out of them just as fast. You only level quickest by killing monsters right at the beginning of the game, so... Anyway, the first day I had to have killed close to 50 monsters, and then I fought that continuous monster train on the second day, and then went to a never-ending wolf defense escort quest. Nei-chan, how are you able to do that? We have to keep resting for HP and MP to restore. No, that's true. I didn't have to take any of that kind of downtime. Maybe because I'm completely melee, and I have high strength and high endurance. Yeah, it's really because of that orange talent, you cheat. Toru kind of sulked into his omurice. Omurice! Right, Japanese things. I'll have you know I'm 100% sure my own abilities had a lot to do with it too. You say that, but stats are good and gods in games in the end. He pouted. How about you go out and move your body more too, since it seems like these virtual games seem to do better when you train your actual body. Isn't that why Narumi does so well? She even went out this afternoon, Mom said. Mom is an amazing mom. To keep up with her 2 gamer kids, she reads articles about VR games, although most of those articles are ones that discuss how healthy VR is or isn't. But sorry, I didn't go out running or to take a walk or anything earlier. I was tinkering with things in the garage. Wasn't she just playing with things in the garage? Nei-chan, you smell like motor oil. He's too sharp, this chibi. Well, you can't be too far behind, right? And since you'll be prioritizing level, you'll get stronger even faster soon. Yeah, me and the other 4 guys in my party are all average level 7 now. Average 7. Alright, whatever. I expected it wouldn't be by too much, but I was kind of hoping I was a lot higher than them. Oh well. Then what are you going to do now? Head to the big city, Kostrom first, I guess. We want to start heading out to other areas, and that seems to be the best place to start looking for quests that will lead us to other places. Come to think of it, I haven't gone into the main city yet, but you know. Huh? Then why didn't you come with me to do the escort quest? We're heading out kind of far to the east to a frontier town. Huh? What? You didn't tell me that! I didn't. I did not. I guess I didn't. Sorry. Oh, how did you even find it? A drunk NPC in the northern town told me about it. To make up for accidentally not telling you the details, I'll warn you about traveling east. Neichan's giving out information? Are you feeling alright? Do you have a fever? Oh, I see. Toro-san isn't interested in what I have to say. No, I didn't say that. Mom laughed as we two siblings argued. Fumu, I'm really ranked 1 for both damage and average level. It is so not going to last, though. Once players start crafting more, once they start doing more quests and PvPs more, I'll fall behind because all I want to do is hunt and explore without caring about efficiency. Among my friends, I'm known as a top ranker at Temp because I'm usually only the top for the first 10 levels. I can't deny that I still feel a sense of pride in this accomplishment. I close the ranking board and walk around the town. By the way, this isn't the first town we stopped at, where we rested for nearly half a day. I'd logged in and done delivery quests while Jamino traded his wares for the 3 in-game days, and today is the second day of traveling. Half an hour in, we stopped at a tiny village where Jamino would spend an hour trading. An hour? Like hell, you can do anything in an hour! Although the village is really tiny, so I've already talked to all the NPCs. Now I'm just fiddling around while waiting for the caravan to take off again. Come to think of it, I have 9 talent points right now. Even having to reserve 2 TP for the scribe talent, I have enough to take another talent. Which one should I take? Actually, before that, I have another question. Would a bear be more terrifying if it had a 2-handed axe, or if it was a dual-wielding axes? No, it's not like I'm making that decision purely for that reason. Oh, what the heck. Yes, I think it would be way funnier to choose my style based on how terrifying I can be as a bear. Have I mentioned I don't care about efficiency? No. It wouldn't be funny if I took dual wield, but ended up being unable to get used to it, you know? 5 talent point wasted. Right when it starts getting harder to level, that's not even good as a joke. I know. I'll just try fighting with 2 axes even without the talent. Sure, I'll get some penalties, but it's okay. Well, Toro and the others get mad at me for pulling this kind of crap, but you know, my combat style comes a lot from natural movement, so this kind of development is a matter of course. No matter how much I can justify it to myself, I decided to keep this decision a secret and just say, yeah, if they ask if I've taken dual wield, I don't know what pedo means. I feel like I've seen that before, but I never learned what it actually means. But anyway, it's decided that I won't take dual wield just yet. So which one? Should I go with crafting, or should I go with enchantment, or should I go with combat? I'm totally lost. Usually I take something like enhanced damage, or critical, or strength or something, but you seriously level slower in this game, so I shouldn't rule out picking something that sounds fun just because I want to get stronger faster. Anyway, Inheritance of Forest Guardian kind of covered all the enhancement things I usually take right away. Well, in deep thought, I sweep out my hand and catch the small back of the girl falling backwards. Sorry about that. I wasn't watching where I was going. The girl blinked while in a daze. She seemed unable to understand what was going on right away and just remains leaning backwards in my arms. Mint green hair and a short bob cut, cherry red eyes with red-rimmed glasses. My glasses character has come! Lol. All kidding aside, her spaciness is worrying. It's okay if it's just how she is, but if it's an equipment malfunction, it might be better if she logged off for a bit. Are you alright? Do you feel unwell? Yeah. Sorry. She got all flustered and flailed about, trying to stand on her own. Glasses plus clumsy girl character, huh? Although she's still unsteady on her feet, I somehow get the feeling this girl is about as steady in the real world as she is here. Are you okay? Your sensors aren't making you feel sick, right? I asked that again just to be sure. If it wasn't completely apparent she's a player, not an NPC. I'm fine. I just tripped. Sorry. I quickly help her get steady to her feet. She bows deeply. It wasn't really something that needed so much apologizing, right? Well, don't worry about it. I'm surprised to see another player here, honestly. Did you come with an earlier caravan? I'm pretty curious. The O&D doesn't display level, after all, but I didn't see her name in the rankings, so she has to be under average level 5. How did you get all the way over here like that? Those wolves weren't easy to deal with, you know? By the way, Clumsy Glasses girl's name is Judy. Or Judy. Judy? I don't know. Judy. Like Judy. No, I was avoiding monsters all the way over here, since they're less likely to be hostile at midday. I just ran over here during those times, and then camped in the safe zones when it wasn't midday. Is that so? I'll remember to try to hunt during other times then. But how many days did it take to get over here? Even moving faster than the caravan, it should take her at least 2 days, right? But no, I guess I have to find a caravan, huh? I ran into a rabbit earlier and it almost killed me if I want to go any further east. Although I wanted to get to Nordius. The rabbit? The rabbits around here aren't all that strong though. Judy-chan, just wondering, but what average level are you? Ito... 3? Oi! It's way too reckless to go out to Nortius, there's a T in that. The quests out there start at average level 5, you know? Cute girl like yours is going to get eaten up. And that's quest beginning in the starter areas at that. No, I'm 32 years old, you know? Eh? I swore you were like 16. Sorry, Judy-san, your avatar just looks so youthful, and it doesn't at all out of place on you. I'm definitely not going to say that I thought you were younger because of how you acted. Definitely not. Well, it's not edited much from my real life self, though. No commento! This 32-year-old woman is standing here going pun pun and sulking cutely. It's a lie, right? It has to be a lie. I know I'm under level, but I thought if I waited here I could find a caravan that had a pretty strong party already to head east. Then, even though I have a low level, I could get to Nordius quickly. It's not that often that someone admits to wanting to mooch off people that bluntly. No, that's... As I start laughing, she realizes I'm teasing her and frowns and puffs her cheeks out a little. Oh, sorry. Well, there isn't a party, but I've taken the caravan quest from the east starting village. I'm not sure when the next one will come, since I don't think that many people will know about the quest. What to do? There's something... Yeah, whatever. She's cute as she tilts her head and nibbles on her lower lip, and as certain gentlemen can be found to say, cute as justice. I'd totally want a little sister like her. You seem troubled, so I'll say I can probably power level you fast if you join the caravan. Well, not that fast, but at least you'll be average level 5 by the end of the journey. Really? Yeah, I'm a Vanguard-style DPS with my main combat talent as Axe. What are you? I'm a rearguard-style support. I have heal and wind, but heal is level 1. I see. She's completely gone the support style, huh? If she leveled up a bit, everyone would be going for her parties. Because most players don't go full support, Wind does have some attacks, but it has the most buff skills of all the elemental magic attacks, as well as being the weakest for damage. Normally, if you're going for support, you took heal. If you took heal, you'd take water or dark, which are better offensively as debuffs to your opponents. That way, if you can't find a party, you can still play without dying. Like that, I understand why Judy-chan is having a hard time leveling. Judy-san, sorry. Judy-san is having a hard time leveling, and why she would prefer to run away from monsters. But you know, that kind of support is the kind that works best with me. Stay in the back if you don't want to get hit. That kind of thing has been yelled too many times. Well, that's what Toto gets for inviting me to raids. That's actually perfect. I haven't had much trouble yet, but as we go further in, I'm sure I'll need someone to keep track of my HP. That way, you can take your time to level heal as we go further in. By the way, the reason I don't take heal myself is because I'm not going to take many MP boosting talents. There's nothing worse than being a subpar healer who runs out of MP halfway through. If you play enough of these random skill talent type games, you realize pretty soon that you can't just take what sounds fun. You have to take skills and / talents that build your stats the way you want them, or else you become impotent really fast. Right now, I have enough MP to spare while using melee attacks, but if I use heal skills, just heal by itself won't bring my MP enough to use them freely. And what if I run out of MP in the middle of combat? It's not just heal, I won't be able to use my melee skills either. It's what a lot of beginners don't realize right away. In a way, the origin story talents just support beginners by giving them talents that boost the stats they prefer to use, but I'm sure I'll still see plenty of teary-eyed players begging to be helped to level as they try to correct their talent choices and earn TP. And in this game, the talent points needed for further talents will increase, so it's going to be even harder to correct your status if you take a bunch of mismatched talents. If you're just playing leisurely without exploring areas or doing party raid quests on level, it's not like it matters all that much, honestly. You'll eventually get to a stage where you can handle it, but that kind of ultra-laid-back playstyle doesn't suit me well. Anyway, after discussing it with Jimino the trader, Joji-san joined our merry caravan. Although Minas got irritated. As expected, he's a lot of fun to mess with, although he's scaring Judy-chan. Ni-chan, you won't be popular with the girls this way, was his only response. Lol. Toto, your Ane-chan is seriously something else. How does she always manage to level so fast at the beginning? Right at the beginning. Yo groaned as he sat down, setting down his shield to wait for the HP to be restored. The top ranker is Toto's older sister? Saya said, idly playing with her groomery. Wow, a ranker. Will she share the spoil she gets with you? Potato grinned as exaggeratedly greedy grin. How serious he was, no one was sure. Neichan never stays in the ranks for too long, and she doesn't care about maximizing rare drops, so don't think she'll ever have anything to hand over. Well, even if she did get something good, there was no way Toru was going to beg for it. If anything, Toru much preferred to get rare drops on his own. If Narumi ever got something he wanted, he'd be way more likely to ask her the method to get it on his own rather than ask her to hand it over. Besides, Narumi and Toru were both vanguards at prioritize dealing as much damage as possible as quickly as possible. The equipment both of them would use overlaps too much, so anything that Narumi got that Toru could use, chances are that Narumi would be using them. Further, besides, Toru has yet to measure the worth of rare drop equipments against crafted equipment. If, like most games, high-quality crafted items outperform dropped equipment, there really would be no use quibbing over rare drops. Is she actually not that competitive or something? Sylvester, I guess? Sylvester asked, testing his bow. Bows felt the effects of durability decrease a lot more than other weapons. Io snorted and said, No way, no way. She doesn't care about the rankings. Although if you ask to fight her, she really hates to lose. This is the conversation that Toru's 5-man party was having as they were resting to replenish HP and MP. Toru's party consists of course, Toru, a werewolf who dual-wields short swords, his high school friend Yo, a shield and short spear construct user, Saya, a siren fire and heal magic user, although she claims to want to learn all the magic talents later, Potato, a werewolf thief-type utility character who strangely decided to use a modified pitchfork trident, and Silvestre. Silvestre, Sylvester Stallone, an elf short-bow archer. Of the group, only Toru and Yo have partied with each other before, but Saya is in our high school and had randomly partied up with Sylvestre right at the starting village they both started in, and so Toru and Yo invited them in. Potato ended up joining somewhere along the way, and no one's entirely sure how he ended up with them. The last spot in Toru's regular party is reserved for a dedicated healer since Saya prefers to deal damage. Saya prefers to deal damage, but it's not good to rush that type of thing. If you can't get along with either your tank or your healer, you're going to have troubles. Anyway, it's hinted that you'll have to master heal multiple times to master all of the branches of the healer's talent, but since you can't double up on the talents, you'll have to wait until you override heal with a higher level talent in the heal tree to take a heal again. In other words, to master all branches of a talent, you have to do everything from scratch again, over and over and over. Picking up a healer right now, when everyone's a new player, it's impossible to know if a healer will end up following through with such tedious talent setup, is what Toru and his party thought, so they decided to hold back and wait a few more days before trying to recruit a healer. Potato laughed, thinking over what a mysterious person Toru's sister was. And did she even think she can slack on her equipment and talents and still be able to take everyone in PvP? If it's Narumi Nesan, then... Yo and Toru said at the same time... Oh, one of them said Nuri, the other one said Nesan. Potato's face froze at the unexpected response, and he tilted his head. Nei-chan has some really good instincts in combat, so she can do stuff that you usually need high stats to do while she's still at low level, like consistently dodging attacks, getting close to the enemy in a second, and instantly changing directions when she has to, so that's why she's invincible at low levels, but as people level up, they'll eventually catch up with her and she'll lose her huge lead. Is your sister a normal human being? Potato was really shocked. He knew people who train their bodies had a slight advantage in VR, and there's the popular trope that expert martial artists could bring their expertise into VR and become invincible, but that was still just a rumor. It has to be because of that. Nah, Yo said. That? Because of that, right? That? Silvestre asked, glancing over from where he had been trying not to appear interested. Toru's Aniki used to go to a boxing gym. That was only through middle school, though. Would it really have that much effect? Although he'd never admit it to her face, Toru was proud of his older sister, to the point where he'd sometimes get called a siscon by Yo. Although he's not. Really, he's not. Narumi here. When we reach the next town, which is... I like that. He's just like, yep, now I'm narrating again. When we reach the next town, which is the last town before the canyon and the last town before Nordius, Juri-san was exhausted. Today, there were less wolves but more boars. That being said, we only ran into one large herd of boars, the rest were stragglers. I'm starting to get cooking material drops. When she saw me attacking the herd of boars, Judy-san went, "Vee!" and stood in a daze near the wagons. She could hardly believe how I barreled through them. Judy-san, Judy-san, my HP is going down, you know. Keep it together, healer-san. By the way, Judy-san easily leveled up to average 4 by the time we reached the next town. She's probably near average 5. Talents. Axe level 12. Bolstered Endurance level 11. Sharp Senses level 11. Scavenge level 11. Spirit of the Wild Hunt level 10. Inheritance of the Forest Guardian level 7. Average level 10. Talent points 11. Extra. Hidden Parts of the Game Part 1. Leveling Talents. The Breakdown. Using stats that are boosted by the talent, almost negligible EXP. Using equipment associated with the talent, minor EXP increase. Entering new areas, minor EXP increase for all talents. Using skills from that talent, moderate EXP increase. Killing an opponent, moderate EXP increase for all talents except crafting's talents. Successfully crafting, moderate EXP increase for all talents except combat talents. Completing quests, moderate EXP increase for all talents. Certainly quests specify talents that are prerequisites to obtaining the quest. In that case, the specified talents will either receive an EXP boost or be the only talent that receives EXP. This type of quest will list the information in the quest description in the quest log. In combat, talent EXP gain is increased 1.3 times in the normal EXP gain. Of course, these things are not disclosed to the public, but it's actually quite simple, nah? Yeah, do more shit, get more experience. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.